Well, David's a sister, but not in that way. So
From another
he's
mister.
he's a nun on sister from another mister. He's a nun on the run.
Oh, I'm recording, it seems.
David's a sister, but not in that way.
Recording, recording.
You ever see that movie? Oh well, here let me mute myself.
Ah, thank God.
I still hear David, so. Why am I still hearing David's voice? There we are. Right, the technical issues are out of the way. This is MV, broadcasting from the United Kingdom. It is now 12 minutes past 5. Hopefully you can all hear me, and hear me well. A few technical glitches with the red bolts. Over the last couple of days, we had a real massive collapse. Only to find out that Bruce Harris was playing center field. Oh well, no, not too much damage done, and we could have lost those games anyway, so no problem. We've double checked everything for the rest of the league, so everything's good and hunky dory. Let's go. We are going to do the rest of July. Really, I'll pick a couple of games up. But before we go any further, just to look at the league, because it's turned into a real hell of a dogfight. Afternoon midlife crisis. I know Mark's out there somewhere. Clue and David and Bernie. I know you're out there somewhere. And anyone else, hope you join in. It's been a hell of a dogfight. The number one record in the league is by St. Louis. Let's take a look at each division. Moneyball division, despite having an atrocious July, Lehigh seemed to miraculously still be 9.5 games up. Quick look at their box scores since the beginning of July. Nothing too impressive, but nothing too dangerous either. He lost a couple to Beantown and Florence. I mean, Florence has been the upsetter of the league, no question. So it's a bit patchy for Lehigh at the moment. Nothing too bad, nothing too good. Not their usual championship form. But the big movers in here is Philadelphia, Beantown. Beantown are no joke in your town. They're one and a half games back of the Philly. Midlife crisis. Ice, baby. It's the Philadelphia Icemen leading the league. Who knew? Quick look at their box scores. Look at that stretch. I told you, the man's a genius. No one listens to me. Hear this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. Of course, we've all had streaks like that. But when he goes on a streak, he knows how to put it on you. You know what I mean? So, good stuff. Good stuff. And the text still coming in from girlfriends overseas. Let's just try and block that out. Here we go. So Beantown also have been on a hell of a run. If you look look at this. Smashed Vegas to pieces like a cheap vase. Beat Florence. Split some games with T-ville. Handled Lehigh. Beat down the D-Gens. Beat down the Chicos. Again, beat down Vegas. It's going back into June. They have been on a hell of a run. So the Beantown and Philly have shaken up this division to such a point that the Chicos and the D-Gens, who had been leading for the first 3 months, have dropped down a bit. But everyone's still in it, and it's everything to play for. Florence, I've got to give credit to Florence and Aaron out there, because his team has done some upsetting extraordinaire. He's beaten Beantown a couple of times, definitely took the series against Lehigh, took down Chico's spectacularly, swept them at Chico's. So, you know, there's hope there for Florence. Good to see Aaron doing well there. So that's that part of the division. The Moneyball we talked about, not much to say really, other than it's not over. If Hadley Lake goes on a run, but they're all below 500 except Lehigh. Lehigh are running into trouble because when they play the Sandlot, that's when they get their rear end handed to them on a plate. Then we go to the rain delay, which is another interesting division. We've had that mishap with our man there, Hurst playing center field, a pitcher playing center field. It happens every now and again. These things happen, so no harm done. Manchester run a bad run anyway. But Lancaster still hold a 5-game lead, and they have played, 6 games more than Manchester, so slightly misleading, but at the same time, the wins are in the bank for Lancaster. Hagerstown looked like they dropped out of it for the time being. And then we come down to the spectacular division, which is the Naturals. Clue had done a massive trade, as Clue does. He was quite quiet for most of the season. He seemed to hold up quite well in July to date so far. Nothing too bad. Beat Amazing the series, lost to San Francisco in a 2-game series at San Fran. Beat Crystal Lake at Crystal Lake. He's on the road quite a bit. Beat Lancaster. Beat Amazing. So maybe there's an illusion that he's not doing as well as he was, but he has actually done pretty well. Here's a team to watch out for, Edmonton, who have gone on a hell of a run. Again, that's to the eye. Let's have a quick look. They started off by beating Crystal Lake, beat Lancaster, lost to San Francisco, swept Washington, beat down Chicago, beat down Hagerstown, beat down Crystal Lake. So he's on a winning streak there at Edmonton, on a good series streak anyway. Chicago is only 4.5 back of Edmonton. And these guys here, Edmonton and Chicago, providing they don't beat St. Louis, they're really battling it out with Manchester and Lancaster. If the season ended today, St. Louis would win the division, Lancaster would win their division, and Edmonton would squeeze out Manchester in the playoffs. So it's all to play for, So, without further ado, quick look around the league. You can see who's doing what, who's doing where and what. Donlin still leads the league in batting average, which is incredible. So he's far ahead of everybody else. Home runs, Eddie Matthews from Hagerstown, 27 home runs. Malott, 26. Cy Seymour's just traded from Washington to St. Louis. Not as high in the home runs this year as I've seen previously. Smith up there from Manchester. RBIs, Manchester may miss the DiMaggio RBIs, but it means nothing if David doesn't win that division, because DiMaggio's not up to much next year. So there's the All-Stars as it stands at the moment. It changes by the week, by the month, by the day actually. So there it is at the moment. It was the man, if it finished today, Big Clue would be the manager of the year. Although I'd have to say Philadelphia and Beantown would have to have a shout. Let's get down to it. Let's get a ball game going. So we got St. Louis Lancaster. We did a long one yesterday. I don't think I have the stomach to do that again today. So let's do one. Whenever we do, we're going to do a Vegas game. I haven't seen Vegas on my channel this season. And Bernard will never forgive me if I don't do it. So Lancaster, St. Louis, here we go. Big game. And Lancaster win. God damn you. So every game in these two divisions means something. As St. Lancaster now stretched their lead to 5.5 games, but St. Louis drops to 5. Fraser beats Brown. On Tuesday the 23rd, here we go. Full day's play, folks. Florence versus T-ville. A 5-0 win for T-ville as they climb into second place in the Moneyball. Chicago, Hagerstown. Hagerstown just trying to be respectable against the Chicago, who are very much in it. 3-2 as Dwayne's Hagerstown takes down Chicago 3-2. Washington, Edmonton. Can Washington's Marichal stop the surging Edmonton team? No, Edmonton smashes them 15-4. So Edmonton continued to put the heat on Clue. It's now 4.5 games. Beantown Lehigh. Beantown Lehigh, here we go. Beantown beat down Lehigh. No surprise there, as Mark continues to put the heat on Midlife Crisis, and they continue to beat up Steve. Steve going for a torrid time here, trying to reestablish his dominance. Here he is the preeminent franchise. But the Beantown boys, the Beantown Bombers, I called them, bombs away, they win. Hattie Lake versus Chico's. Chico's get back into it. with a much-needed win over Hadley Lake. Walter Johnson, 12-10. Plank, 8-5. Cleveland and the D-Gens. The D-Gens very much in this race. 11-1. Bevins, who we saw yesterday. I think we saw him yesterday. In a good win against Philly. He wins 11-1. Walsh takes the loss. Only the 6th win for Bevins. San Francisco still 50 games out. Can they actually get back into it? They need to catch at least 10 games here, which means they need to start winning more now. Nooch comes through as Lefty Grove wins against Dixon, 13-5. Second game in a row, Lancaster St. Louis. That is the third one. Let's have a look. And Lancaster, oh my God, stretched their lead to 6 games. Clue loses another one. Passau over Frank Smith. Is it Frank Smith? Gabby Hartnett, 7 home run. Manchester suddenly now without that center fielder against Crystal Lake. Manchester still loses. Crosco with the win. Smith with the blown save. All going wrong for Manchester at the moment. Philadelphia and Vegas, 6-2 Philly. As they win 6-2, that could have been the game I broadcast. Let's go to the next day. Do that. And Chicago, Hagerstown, 3-0 Chicago. Chicago 9-back, Edmonton only 4-back. It's reversed in the rain delay. Let's see what happens next. We go to the 24th. We'll do a game from this day. Probably gonna do that one. Philadelphia and Vegas. Here we go as Philly's first in the ballpark, and Jaberni is lurking around somewhere. Cleveland D-Gens. D-Gens 5, Cleveland 3. Here we go again. Lancaster St. Louis. This is St. Louis team is just on a bit of a slide, and Lancaster is on a bit of a rise. But this time, St. Louis stopped the rot. 7-4, Mordecai Brown over Orth. Brown with his 8th win of the season. Robinson 3-4. That's Frank Robinson? It could be Brooks Robinson, because Brooks plays for Lancaster, but I think it's Frank. Florence T-ville. T-ville go down to Florence again. Robin Roberts, 9-3. San Francisco, amazing. San Francisco 4. Amazing 1. Here comes San Fran. Manchester's trying to get back into it. I mean, they really are struggling. Crystal Lake against Manchester. 8-2 Manchester, finally. J.R. Richards stops the drought with an 8-5 record now against Nolan Ryan, 7-10. Smith, 25th home run. Maybe they'll get Manchester going. There is a doubleheader, and it's got Bruce Hurst on the mound. Washington versus Edmonton. Washington delays Edmonton's surge, 11-4. Sane, 4-5. Boswell, 9-7. Beantown Lehigh. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Beantown, no joke in your town. Hadley Lake versus the Chicos. Chico's 7-6. Chico stepping back and keeping in touch. Chicago Hagerstown. Chicago needs a win here. They get it behind Kraus, 3-0. Fernando Valenzuela, 4-6. San Francisco, amazing. San Francisco 10-1. So here comes San Fran. And Crystal Lake against the I think the man has ruined their season. Hurst. He loses as Manchester's done. I think we're done. Gibson goes 4-4. Hurst 4-6. So now we go to Beantown and Lehigh. Let's get that out of the way. Beantown 6, Lehigh 1. As Beantown continue to to run with Philly. And we're going to do the Philadelphia game versus Vegas. Can Vegas be upsetter? Here we go. Mike Hampton will go on the mound against David Cohn. We may get a chance to see what Bernie's trying to build for next year. Playing a 1966 Comiskey Park. It looks very dark on this screen, but I won't change it. Let's do it. It's like a dusk game. Leading on, let's have a quick look at the Vegas team. Behind the plate, Benito Santiago. At first base, Stan the Man Musial. Second base, Jim Lefevre. Shortstop, Johnny Pesky, recently over from the Red Bolts. At third, Ken Boyer, who I believe has been traded. So next month he'll show up on St. Louis. Left field, Willie Wilson. And in center field, Tommy Agee. And in right field, Jose Cruz. On the mound, David Cone, 36 years old. David Cone. Leading off, Robin Ventura for Philly. They've won 9 of their last 10. Ventura swings. A little roller to Lefebvre. One away. Brings up Ricky Henderson. Henderson batting .259, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs. Deep fly ball to right field. Cruz goes under it and makes the catch. The crowd go Cruz. David Cone, 9 pitches so far. Rudy at the plate. Here's the 0-2, up the middle. Pesky fields it, throws to first to retire the side. Go to the bottom of the first, and leading off of Vegas, who in a rebuilding phase at 45 and 56, is Willie Wilson. A quick look at the Philly team. Bateman behind the plate is John Bateman. First base, Ryan Howard. Second base, Chase Utley. Shortstop, George freaking Davis. Third base, Robin Ventura. Left field, Ricky Henderson. Center field, Joe Rudy. And in right field, Reggie Jackson. Philly really pushing the envelope to try and bring home the division. On the mound, Mike Hampton. Hampton's 7-8 with a 4.34 ERA this season. Wilson is ready. The 1-1. Weak fly ball to center field. Joe Rudy has that covered. This is an extreme pitcher's park, I believe. Here's Johnny Pesky. Shallow fly ball in left center field. This actually explains why some of those Chicago pitchers from '66 haven't done as well in other stadiums. This stadium is really tuned for them. Here's Stan Musial. And a base hit for Stan the Man. Brings up some more power for Vegas. Manny Ramirez. Line drive to left center field, base hit. Musial considers going around second. Does. Slides into third. 2 out and Ken Boyer at the plate. Ken with a little bit of power in his bat. The 3-2 from Hampton. Fastball. Missed up and away. Bases are loaded. Tommy Agee. Utley to Davis. Got him. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error. No errors. We're off to 1. Philly 1. Vegas nothing. Sorry. Philly none. Vegas nothing. I really need my glasses. The light has gone down so quickly here in Cardiff. I forgot to put my lights on and I cannot be bothered to jump up and put them on. So out come those spectacles. Looking very much like the Pink Panther. What was his name? He wore those glasses. Peter Sellers, there you go. Got some Peter Sellers glasses. And as Bateman steps in. Single between third and short. This season's been a hell of a season. All these teams going hammer and tongue. Why is Harry Hellman at the plate? Especially Philly and Beantown all of a sudden making it a race. And what's going on with Clue, David, and Jeff. There's a big high right to right field, but George Davis stays in the park. Reggie Jackson, 7-game hitting streak. We're very impressed with Reggie Jackson in this league. I'll have to check with Mike, who runs the encyclopedia, how good he's done. Here's a line drive to center field. Bateman's coming around, and suddenly it's 1-0 Philly. On the road here to Vegas. Here's Ryan Howard. Jackson going for second. Hits the dirt. He's out. So Reggie out of there. And we go down to the bottom of the second. Leading on Jim Lefevre. Hope I've said that name right. And he hits a blooper to left, and it's a base hit over Ventura's head. So Jim Lefevre on the mound for Vegas. That's 3 hits for Vegas. Vegas won a championship in season 4. Jose Cruz, one of the few owners that have actually won a championship. Davis takes the second utterly over the first. Not in time. Cruz beat the throw. 1 out. Benito Santiago at the plate. The throw to first. Cruz is safe. The 1-2. Late strike. It'll be good to see Philly or D-Gens win a title or Mark win a title. Somebody different. Anyone but Steve. Here's Willie Wilson. That's a throw to first. Bottom of the first, 2 out. Willie Wilson at the plate. 1 man on. Wilson cuts. Slow runners to short. Davis up with it over to Howard. And we've played 2. No runs, no 1 hit, no errors. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. Ryan Howard at the plate. 15 home runs. David Cone on the mound for Vegas. The 3-0 just a bit outside. Brings up Chase Utley. Shallow fly ball to right. Cruz has it. Howard shot back to first. There's Robin Ventura. He swings. And that's a base hit. Robin's been playing pretty well as of late. And here's Ricky Henderson. The 3-1 to Ricky. Low. And Ricky Henderson engineers a walk. Bases loaded for Philly. As Joe Rudy steps up. I'm hearing, oh, nice play by Vegas to get the runner at home. Bases still loaded, 2 out. Bateman at the plate. Strikes him out, and Cone gets out of the jam. Still 1-0. Go to the bottom of the 3rd. Here's Johnny Pesky. Grounded to first. Howard has it. 1 away. It's damn easy. Always consistent. I always felt he let me down when he was with the Red Bolts. Even though we won a world championship, we've never won one since. Especially since he left. But I have no regrets. And he hits a deep fly ball to left field. But Henderson is there. This is the Field of Dreams Season 7. A league full of Hall of Famers and Halls of the Very Good. Manny Ramirez, a man who should be in Hall of Fame. Fly ball to the left center field. And Rudy makes the catch to retire the side. We played 3. Philadelphia 1, Vegas nothing. Put a little like on this, please. Let's build the algorithm for the league. It's not about the channel. It's about the league. Here's Harry Harmon. Ground ball between 3rd and 2nd. Pesky to his right. Long throw to first. Got him. 1 out. Do you want to hear a secret? A little rumor I heard yesterday that the league may be up for a realignment yet again. But you didn't hear that from me. George Davis. Swung and a miss. I'm not sure why it needs to be realigned again myself personally. But I'll keep my opinions to myself. I didn't say nothing. I said nothing. Here's the 1-2. Strike 3 called. I like the fact that rivals has a chance to build up. Myself and Lancaster being one of the big rivalries. There's Ken Boyer. Line shot by Boyer. Over left field, base hit. I wish my friend Kevin all the best. In Belgium, just not his team. The 1-2, split finger, grounded to the right side. Base hit, Vegas. Getting them runners around the bases. But there's an injury at 3rd. As Agee hit the dirt. No, he's in the ground. He's going to stay. The 1-2. Lefevre swings, grounded back to the man. Hampton over to first. Got him. So again, a defensive ball game. 2 men on for Vegas. Cruz. Here's the 1-2. Grounded to Howard at first. He'll take it to the bag. Boyer will score. It's 1-1, ball game tied. Benito Santiago at the plate. Here's the 1-2. Grounded third and short. Davis with the throw to first. Got him. So at the end of 4, Philly 1, Vegas 1. Ryan Howard will lead off the top of the 5th inning for Philly. That one's deep to right field, but Cruz, as the fans say, Cruz. It's Chase Utley. He strikes out. And Robbie Ventura have gotten to like quite a bit, actually. Line drive to short. Pesky makes the catch. Go to the bottom of the 5th. Willie Wilson at the plate, or Willie Wilson at the plate. The 1-2 swings. Hard ground to the right. Utley. Nice movement to his left and throw to first. Chase Utley, a Gold Glover at second. Here's Johnny Pesky. He's 0 for 2. Slow roll to Davis. Davis fields it. And that's 2 away. Stan Musial at the plate now. 2 out for Vegas here. Bottom of the 5th. Change up. Ground ball. Utley has it. Over the first. And that's 3 down. So we go to the top of the 6th. David Cone and Mike Hampton wrapped up in a 1-1 dogfight. Philly is like one of those teams. They'll wrestle you. They'll have you against the ropes. They'll go into the ropes. They do the whole rope-a-dope. Let's see if they get a rope Bernie in. Here's Ricky. Struck him out. Joe Rudy at the plate. High fly. Wilson has it. And there's Jason Bateman. Isn't that an actor? John Bateman. The 3-2. Hard hit up the middle. Nice play by Pesky. Excellent play by Pesky. He died for it. Got it and threw to first. So we go to the bottom of the 6th inning now. Manny Ramirez at the plate for Vegas. Score tied 1-1. Doesn't Vegas have a wonderful logo? It looks so cool. Las Vegas Stars. You know, you see that sign Vegas, it reminds you of the Rat Pack, you know? Not that I saw them. Base hit. Vegas, a wonderful town. Been there myself once, many years ago. Took a helicopter over the Hoover Dam, I think it was Hoover Dam. Stayed on a ranch once. There's Ken Boyer. Grounded to Davis, to his right, to second. Utley can't turn to second. But there's they've got now 2 men out. Is that right? 1 out. So Vegas threatening here with Kurt Flood at the plate. He's replaced Tommy Agee, who was injured running the bases. Down and away. 2 men on. Gibler Fever at the plate. Bateman has a word with Hampton. The 1-2, deep fly ball to left field. This one could go. It dies. Here's Jose Cruz. Routine hopper to second. Utley over to Howard. They got him. Score still 1-1. So we go to the top of the 7th inning. And that's a base hit. George Davis 0 for 2. Cuts it. Pops it up. And we do it again. Going up to 98 pitches. The 2-1. Deep fly ball to right by Davis. This was going back, but Cruz has it. Just dies in right field. Throw to first. Bernie's got big hopes for next year. I felt he threw in the towel really early. Too early. I think his team, looking at how Lehigh has performed, I think Bernie would agree. But Bernie's got his eyes set on a dominant era for Ralph Kleiner. So he knows what he's doing. Here's the 3-2. Struck him out. And that's that. 1-1 to score. So go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's locked 1-1. Santiago will lead off for Vegas. Change up, ground ball. Base hit. Jackson will fire it back in. Willie Wilson at the plate. The 1-1. Grounded to left field, base hit. So Santiago at third and Willie Wilson at first. It's all happening for Vegas here as they try to break the game open. Johnny Pesky at the plate. Hampton. First pitch, there goes Wilson. No throw. Stolen base number 54 for Willie Wilson. That's Pesky. Swings. Up the middle. Santiago will score. It's 2-1 Vegas. Musial at the plate. Hampton throws over. Here's a 2-1. Swings by Musial. Deep fly ball to left center field. Rudy will have it. Wilson looks to tag up. He won't throw. And they won't run. Joe Rudy with an 8 arm. Here's the 1-2. Ramirez cuts. It's popped up. Ramirez. Oh, straight to Hampton. So 2 out here, 2-1 up Vegas. Bottom of the 7th. And Armando Benitez coming in for the bullpen. He's a stopper. Here's the 1-1. Grounded to Ventura at third. Ventura up with it over to second. They get the runner. So now we go to the top of the 8th inning. Chase Utley at the plate. And the defensive changes. Bobby Dura will come and pitch. Will play second. And Hoyt Wilhelm will come in and pitch. Hoyt had a very interesting time in Manchester. Just could not get on with his GM. Yet he's set for about 8 years of dominance from the bullpen. Let's see what happens. He does have a penchant for giving up some runs. Here's the 0-2. Utley strikes out. See what Hoyt can do. Here's Ventura. And that's a base hit. So here's the old knuckler working for Hoyt Wilhelm as Ricky Henderson steps up. And now the Grand Orange will come in to hit. Ground straight to Dura, down to Pesky. Pesky to Murcio. A combination of ex-Red Bolts there. And that's the end of the inning. Half inning gone. It's 2-1 Vegas. Tight ball game. Vegas playing upsetter to the division-leading Philadelphia Icemen. But the Icemen have a way of coming back late. Here's Kurt Flood. The pitch from Benitez. George freaking Davis, diving snag. What a gem from George Davis. Bobby Doerr swinging the bat. Batting 205 on the season. There's the 1-2 swing and a miss. So Benitez does. And here's Jose Cruz. A man very entrenched in the Hall of Very Good. As a left-hand batter. Criminally underrated. Grounded through the middle. Davis fields it. Throw to first to retire the side. Go to the top of the ninth. The last chance here now for Philly. Rudy 0 for 3. Jimmy Wynn to pinch hit the toy cannon. Dribbler to Musial. That should be an easy out. And is. Bit disappointed today that the Action PC did not release. But it should be ready in 2 days, I'm told. 1 out for Philly now. Hopes high on John Bateman, their catcher. In there at the knees by Wilhelm. That's 2A. So Hoyt Wilhelm on the verge here of a save. As the dangerous Harry Hallman comes to the plate. Here's the 0-2. Struck him out. Hoyt Wilhelm does his job. That's it from Comiskey Park. The Stars win 2-1. So, Philly doing well there. Doing well. They lost, unfortunately. Vegas did well. So, a quick look back at the 24th. Manchester lost a doubleheader, second part of doubleheader. Really, really terrible. I think we're cooked, guys, officially. I'm raising the white flag over there in Manchester. Lancaster, you've done well. Here we go. Beantown Lehigh. Beantown loses 5-3. D-Gens and Cleveland. Cleveland over the D-Gens 2-1. By the way, Red Faber's won his 17th game for Lehigh. San Francisco, amazing. San Francisco's last chance to make a run. Shooter with the win. Here we go. Lancaster, St. Louis. St. Louis tames Lancaster in the final game of the long series. 6-0. Kevin Brown 7-2. De Leon 6-3. These two. De Leon's one of the Lancaster aces. Cy Seymour, his 11th home run of the season. T-Ville trying to see if they can make a run of it here in the summer. Let's see. It's still got August and September to go. They win 3-2. Billy Pierce 3-6. Dibble takes the loss in relief. Babe Ruth with his. Don't often see Babe's name here. 16th home run of the season. This is his 1922 season, so there's still good years to come. Chicago and Hagerstown. We're going to play Chicago and Hagerstown because I know my man David. Hey, Jeff. My man David wants to see what's going on. Let's see if there's a better game for him. Chicago Edmonton. We'll do that one. So, back again. Chicago Hagerstown. 4-0. Here comes Chicago. For this league, this division is tight. 4-0. Lincecum with the win. Necro with the loss. Washington against Jeff Hunter, my good friend Jeff. Against my good friend Jamie. 8-7. Jamie Preacher Rowe 4-4. Don Sutton takes the loss. So again, it goes back in St. Louis' favor now. Hadley Lake and the Chicos. Chicos keep in touch. 8-3. Chief Bender 14-5. Red Ruffing 6-8. And Manchester, like I said, I'm hoisting the white flag. Crystal Lake against Manchester. Manchester, Howie Pollock wins 7-2. And Smith, Reggie Smith, 27th home run of the season. Still seems to be hitting home runs. Malott, Reggie Smith, nice, very nice. Philadelphia and Vegas, we just saw a good game, tight game. And Vegas wins again, 4-3. Ray Collins, 7-7. Halliday 8-4. Ray Collins, an outstanding early 20th century pitcher, has done well in this league for the 2 seasons he's been in it. Last season I think he was a 20-game winner. This season, not so much, but still in this league, it's a tough gig. 7-7 is definitely bomb par. Here's the 26th week. Definitely going to do Chicago, Edmonton. So let's go. Oh, God. Lancaster, Manchester. The last team I want to see after a losing streak. Beantown T-ville. Beantown 5, T-ville 4. Beantown stopped T-ville's pretensions of coming back into it. Washington, Hagerstown. Hagerstown, no joke in your town. 13-5. They smash Jamie, so that's Dwayne over Jamie there. Mike's D-Gens over Hadley Lake. I haven't done a Hadley Lake game yet this season. I'll save that for maybe the third game. D-Gens 4-3. Philadelphia and Chico's. This is a big game. 6-3 Philly. Sale over Aguirre. Another big game. Oh my God! I might. You know what? If I just dig in here, right? Because there's some good games coming up here, folks, and you might want a bit of baseball to see. Let me just polish my glasses just a bit. There's 8 people in the room, so I will do some games. Let us San Francisco, St. Louis. San Francisco's out of it. Well, I still think they're going to come back, but they're playing upsetter against St. Louis, and they upset. There you go, 7-5. Lancaster, Manchester. Let's see what happens there. Manchester with the win. There's my boy Danny Darwin at last. 3-2. Is there life in the old dog yet? After the mishap with Hurst playing centre field, Manchester's just a flicker of life in the old pecker. Crystal Lake versus Amazing. 9-1. Crystal Lake have been brilliant. They've been lights out as of late. Too late for them to start their surge really late, but they've had a good July. Candiotti with the win. Mrs. Smith with the loss. Florence Lehigh. Can Aaron do the league continued favor? They do! Not that I'm biased. Aaron 5, Steve 1. The Florence team have definitely beaten people on their day. 5-1. And here we come down to the big game of the night. Chicago-Edmonton. Let me just quickly sim Bernie's on-form Vegas team against Cleveland. So Todd's team takes down Vegas. Craig Lefferts with the win in 10 innings. Lee Smith looks like he had a blown save there, 7-4. Lefevre, 9th home run. So we come down to the big game. It's going to be Chicago and Edmonton. Edmonton holding off Chicago as these two battle at the very least for a wild card and potentially for a divisional title. Brett Saberhagen will go against Jim Kitty Cott. Here we go, folks. This is a lights out stadium for hitting. Here we go. Another game. Cott versus on the mound. A quick look at the Edmonton team. Mickey Cochran, Don Mattingly, Charlie Garinger at second, Mattingly at first, Cochran is behind the plate. Shortstop Louis Aparicio, third base. Jose Ramirez. At left base, the indomitable Sherry McGee. And left field, Dom DiMaggio. And in right field, shooters Joe Jackson. This team has been put together mid-season, I'd say. And somehow is just rocking up the league. They play in the right stadium, mind you. The right-hand hitters are plus 38 and a plus 89. Wow, that's awesome. So any lefties, if you've got any lefties Chicago, get ready to hit some home runs. Unfortunately, they really only have Hernandez and Edwards. Whereas Edmonton have Jackson, Garinger, Mattingly, Cochran. Ramirez can hit left. That's kind of like a murderer's row. Anyway, leading off Frank Chance for Chicago. Get rid of that bug, please. And there's one nailed down the right field line. Frank Chance with a double. Skate critical for both teams. Lou Boudreau batting .271, 8 home runs, 48 RBIs. He cuts. Popped up to Garinger. And we have Roberto Alomar. Not so good with the bat, but definitely good with the glove. Line drive. Oh, Aparicio's head. This could be 1-0. No. Chance stays at third. This is a game between Jeff and David. Ducky Medwick at the plate. Batting .295, much coveted before the season. He's in Chicago. Throw to first. Medwick, grounder. Mattingly, they get Medwick, but chance will score. So, 1-0 at Chicago. Scott Rowland at the plate. Rolling. Deep fly ball to right center field. DiMaggio will easily make the catch, and that is the end of the first half of the inning. Go to the bottom of the first. The Express trail 1-0, but that will heat up in a hurry. Quick look at Chicago. Behind the plate, Yadier Molina. First base, Keith Hernandez. Second base, Roberto Alomar. Boudreau at short. Scott Rowland at third. Medwick in left field. DiMaggio, that's Dominic DiMaggio, in center field. No, what am I saying? That's Joe DiMaggio in center field. And in right field, Hank Edwards. Both DiMaggios are playing today, folks. Get your autograph books ready. Here's Shooter's Joe Jackson. Swings. And that's one away. Sherry McGee. No, I won't see it. Here we go. The 2-2. Deep fly ball to left center field. This one is caught at the track by Medwick. The fans getting excited already. There's Charlie Garinger, Mr. Mechanical. 13-game hitting streak. Swings. Grounded to Saberhagen. And that's the end for Edmonton. 1-2-3, but already showing the danger in their bats. All their bats flash red for danger. Cut on the mound. He's had a good season so far. 17-3 with a 4.12 ERA. Leading off for Chicago, Mex Keith Hernandez. Deep fly ball. That's that left-handed power, but Jackson catches it in the corner. Hank Edwards batting just .205. Ground to second. Garinger. Throw to first. And now we got Joe DiMaggio on an 8-game hitting streak. A surprise trade along with Jacob deGrom came over. And he has had a good start, it's fair to say. The Red Bull front office loved DiMaggio, but just thought that they could let him go in a surprise move. Here's the 1-2. Deep fly ball to left field. This was high, it's deep, but Sherry McGee has it. I'm beginning to sound like Bernie now because I'm saying there's a lot of red bolts on the field. Oh dear, as I spray my seed all around the league. Here is Dillahunty. Shallow fly ball on the left field line. Speaking of trades, I know little birdie tells me there's a couple of people lining outside Midlife Crisis's door begging to trade with him, and they're hoping he will open the door to the empire of gold that he has there, that everyone is viciously looking at. Midlife, we're all queuing outside your door, we're afraid to knock. I might be the one who knocks, actually. Here comes Saberhagen. Swings. Deep fly ball to right field line. Edwards going back and makes the catch at the wall. We love the trading. I wasn't a big fan of it at first, but I've really become to enjoy it. Line to second. Cochran. And they go down. Cochran swings and strikes out, but runs to first. So go to the top of the third inning now. Yadier Molina will lead off for Chicago. Base hit, line drive. Frank Chance lays one down, and your Molina will go to second. And Lou Boudreau at the plate. Grounded. Garinger, web jam. What a diving play by Charlie Garinger. So 2 out here for Chicago. Top of the third inning. They lead 1-0. They need every run they can get. They need every run they get. As David agrees, I am the one who knocks. Here's Roberto Alomar. The 1-2. Bounce up the middle. That should be easy. Taking my guarantee. Guarantee over the batting way. Safe. And Bellini will score 2-0 Chicago. Alomar going for second. Good jump. Safe. So Joe Medwick waits as Alomar dusts himself down. 19 stolen base for Alomar. Chicago are coming, folks. They're coming. High fly ball to right field. This one is, oh my God. He can really clout them. 386 home run to right field. Joe Ducky Medwick. Wow. He's making Ripper Collins look weak. Oh my God, that was huge. Can we see that again, Mr. Video Director? Boom! That's still traveling. It almost left the picture. It's just gone. Wow. Jim Cott gave up a big one there. 4-0 Chicago. They need to take down the Express. One of these teams is going to fold in the stretch. I don't know which one it will be. Who can handle the pressure? Who will buckle? Here we go. 1-1. Rolling cuts. Deep fly ball on the right field line. We've already seen the Red Bolts buckle a little early. They're out of it. Who's next? Who's going to panic? Who's going to make that trade like the Red Bolts did that tipped it the other way? Or was it a really good piece of genius to straighten out the league? Who knows? Here's the 0-1. Roller up the middle. Boudreaux! It's not safe. He is safe. Ramirez beat the throw by Boudreaux. Let's see Edmonton now. They get their first hit. Saberhagen suddenly hears it from the crowd as Dom DiMaggio comes to the plate. The 1-0. Line it to short. Straight at Boudreaux. One away. These Edmonton bats, they're one of the most lethal in the league. Here's Luis Aparicio. Ramirez throws. Sorry, Saberhagen throws. The first. Ramirez is safe. Aparicio swings. Grounder. To Alomar. To Boudreaux. To Alomar. Alomar to Hernandez. Double play. So they go to the top of the fourth inning now. Keith Hernandez at the plate. Swings. Up the middle. Base hit. And Gedward's next. And Cott strikes him out with a big curveball. Joe DiMaggio at the plate. He's running an 8-game winning streak, 8-game hitting streak. Here's the 0-2. He clobbered this one. Jesus. Excuse my blaspheme. 6-0. So that's what maybe Manchester wanted, to even out that division, to make it a little easier for them. And a division they could win. Joe DiMaggio with a 2-run home run, 6-0, as David climbs all over Jeff Hunter. There's Molina. Now we have a change as Jim Cott. Jeff has seen enough. He's beckoning for Howie Kamnitz to come into pitch. So, the big boppers have been bopped as David shows off his power. Yadier Molina at the plate. Here's the 0-2. A blooper to right, and that's caught by Aparicio. Frank Chance, a lot going on with that big DiMaggio trade. It's not what it seems, folks. Not what it seems. There's a lot of manipulation going on there. Here's Boudreaux. Swings. Deep fly ball to center field. Dom DiMaggio makes a running catch with his back to the home plate. Excellent catch by Dom DiMaggio. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. Brett Saberhagen sailing along. He's only given him one hit. And that was a squeeze hit in the infield hit. Joe Jackson steps up. And a single. Sherry McGee steps up, always a man of danger. He cuts. This was going down the right field line deep, but Hank Edwards makes the catch. Now, who the hell is Hank Edwards? Hank Edwards is from 1946. He's 27 years old. He's got a Cleveland hat on, so I'm assuming he was from the Cleveland Indians, stroke Guardians. Gehringer at the plate now. Edmonton don't want to lose this one. Gehringer swings up the middle. Saberhagen only plays first, gets him. Shooter's Joe goes to second. Look at their records. Chicago 55 and 43. Express 60 and 42. Chasing St. Louis, who are about 5 games ahead of the Express. Chicago can ill afford to lose games, but would love to just win everything, especially against the Express. At the moment, both are fighting for the wild card. Here is Delahunty. Deep fly ball in left field. Has it got the height? It does, but not the distance. As Medwick makes the catch for complaint. The Battle of the Titans here. Camlet's on the mound for Edmonton from 1911. Age 30. Got a mediocre fastball. But he's 0-3 on the season with a 5.12 ERA. Leading off for Chicago is a 2-2, Roberto Alomar. Swings. Deep fly ball to right center. Ball does carry here. We are playing in Metropolitan Stadium in 1966. Here's Medwick. Grounded to Gehringer. Gehringer to Mattingly. And that's a man out. 2 out. Rolling. Scott Rowland. High pop up. 1, 2, 3 to Chicago. Corndales go down. Here's Don Mattingly. Swings. Bit of an anticlimax as he pops up. Mickey Cochran at the plate. Saberhagen. Killing Edmonton at the moment. Ground ball up the middle. Alomar fields it. Throws to first for the out. 2 out. Edmonton's struggling here a bit. Here's Jose Ramirez. He's got a big bat. Bounced over second base. Boudreau not in time with a throw. Ramirez has faster wheels. Here's Dom DiMaggio. Line drive, base hit. So Ramirez will go to third. So runners in the corner for Edmonton. Maybe this is the start of a rally. Here's Louis Aparicio just hitting 147. Saberhagen takes his time. He's got 2 out. And Aparicio pops it up. So Brett Saberhagen proving to be as good as advertised. We go to the top of the 6th inning now. Keith Hernandez. Camlet's on the mound. The 0-2. Smashed along the first base line. This could be a double for Keith. Get up in your town. This is Chicago Owls are coming. Strike 3, Edwards goes down. 1 away. Jolting Joe DiMaggio, 1 for 2. DiMaggio swings. It's a bunt. But he gets Hernandez down to third. I wouldn't have done that. Yadier Molina. Swings. Broken back blooper, base hit. Hernandez scores. And the doors are being blown off here in Edmonton. The fans are quiet. Manager Jeff Hunter, or GM Jeff Hunter, does not look happy. I can hear some swear words coming out of that dugout. One begins with mother. Here we go. Joe Jackson. Swing and a miss. Saberhagen now. Only his 2nd strikeout. It's pitched beautifully. This one bounced. Oh, up the middle. Got through Boudreau. Base hit. And that's Gehringer. Drilled on the first base line. That's foul. We'll do it again. Sure, McGee, not much of a threat to steal it first. Here's the 0-2. Struck him out. It's Ed Delahunty. Deep fly ball to right center field. This one could go. No. It dies. Joe DiMaggio, I thought it was gone. Makes the catch. Top of the 7th inning. Here's Lou Boudreau. He bloops it. Over Manningly. Base hit for Lou Boudreau. Breaks his duck for the day. He's now 1 for 4. Roberto Alomar betting $2.40 on the season. He's had a good day today, 2 for 3. Boudreau not really a big threat to steal. Cochran talks to Kamnitz. The changeup. Ground ball down to Ramirez. Ramirez to Garinger. They only turn 1. But 1's enough now. Here's Ducky Medwick. We've seen some home runs on my channel from Ducky Medwick. The last one nearly left the screen. Kamnitz gets a sign from Black Mike behind the plate. Here's a 2-0. Medwick swings. Ground to Ramirez at third. Ramirez to Garinger. Garinger turns it over to Manningly. Double play. There you go, bottom of the 7th inning. Striker like to get the algorithm going for our league. Bernie Strom does it on his channel, I do too. Steve Tate's on the Sims District channel. Buckshot will do, I hope, a bike. They've done it before as well. On the BBN network and Mike Silver's channel, which I think is called Mike Silver. Will Tool also does some too. Or you can check us out in Discord. Field of Dreams Baseball. We all got together through Beatles Eternal channel. Go check out that channel. Here we go. Manningly grounded to Boudreau. Boudreau lays out, fields it, nice throw. So I was expecting this to be a tight one. Instead, it has been David drilling a hole in Edmondson's defenses. Here we go. Cochran rips it. Boudreau fields it. And David's team has 2 outs. Saberhagen sailing along without many strikeouts. But this is a deep fly to right by Ramirez. This one going deep, this one going back. But Hank Edwards catches it near the 3:30 mark. Chicago 7, Edmonton nothing. Scott Rowland at the plate for Chicago, top of the 8th. Rolling. Ground ball up the middle. Garinger to his right. Backhands it. Throws to first. Got him. Brings up Mex. Keith Hernandez. He swings. This one hit deep to right field. Joe can't get it in right field. And Keith Hernandez has a double. He's second today. This Chicago team feels very fluent today. There's some days the teams you can tell they're up for it. And Edwards lines it to left field. It's in the corner. McGee fiddling with it. Throws to second, and Hank Edwards has a double. Brings up Jolting Joe DiMaggio. Wow, 1 for 3. What was I thinking? There was some method behind my madness. My message was he's not good. He's only got 1 more season left in the league. And I didn't think my team was strong enough to win it all. But I might have just given the keys to the title to David. Or did I do it to even up that league so they could all eliminate each other? I don't know. DiMaggio rips this high fly ball to left field, but Sherry McGee has it. Makes the catch. Okay, here's Yadier Molina. The 0-1. Ground along the third base line. Ramirez has it. Over to Manningly. Got him. Chicago 8-0. Bottom of the 8th. Don DiMaggio. Curveball. High fly ball to Medwick. And Saberhagen really has neutralized the Edmonton Bats. Edmonton came in with all trumpets going, flares going, and it's been powder puff stuff. Here's Joe Jackson. Struck him out. Brett Saberhagen. Masterpiece today. I'm going to go to the top of the ninth inning. Frank Chance, who nearly left Chicago, at the plate. Swings. A base hit to right field. As Big Clue was asking, who's here? It seems like there's a few here, Clue. I count 8. There's Boudreaux. Swings. Hard ground. Aparicio up with it over to Geringer. And they get 1. Everybody here watching the beatdown of Edmonton. Normally it's Edmonton clubbing everyone over the head. David getting some much needed grounder. Catch caught up with Edmonton. He's right behind him. Here's Alomar. Swing and a miss. 2 out now as Chemnitz tries to just quieten his Chicago bats for one last time. Here's Ducky Medwick at the plate. 1 for 4 today. Crowd gone really quiet. 3-0 pitch as Chemnitz walks him. And here's Scott Rowland at the plate. So Chemnitz looking towards the bullpen. It doesn't look like he fancies it out there. Here's the 3-2. Breaking ball. Struck him out. So we come to the bottom of the ninth. Can Edmonton stage a massive comeback? They have the lineup to do it, but on the mound, Brett Saberhagen is on his game. Looking for a complete game, Brett Saberhagen. Here we go. Save that bullpen. The 1-2. Fastball. Got the outside corner. Sherry McGee sits down. Here's Charlie Geringer, 13-game hitting streak on the line. Saberhagen toes the rubber. First pitch, curveball. It's popped up. Foul. Yachty just could not get that one. We'll do it again. Saberhagen. 3-2 count. And this one's hammered. Gone. Charlie Geringer caught hold of that one. That's more like the Edmonton power we're looking for. That one was good. Let's see that again. Boom! Line drives home run up the middle. And that's more like Edmonton. Here's a 2-2 fastball. Delahunty swings. Keith Hernandez will get it at first and go to the bag. So last down there, Dom Madden is strangely quiet in this ballgame. He's batting .321 on the season. 18 home runs, 71 ribbies. But he's 0 for 3 today. Saberhagen's shutout has been stopped, but his complete game is still going. Here's the 1-1 fastball. This one, a deep drive ball to left center. Joe DiMaggio makes the catch. And that's all we have from Metropolitan Stadium, folks. Chicago, 8. The Edmonton Express, a very pitiful 1. Jeff will not be happy. Yeah, Brett Saberhagen goes to 12-6. Cut goes to 17-4. Saberhagen, look at that. I think Cut played that badly. What was on with Cut again? Oh yeah, he got hit quite early. That's what happened. So we continue and get this wrapped up, folks. I don't think I have another game left in me. So let's go back to 26. Let's have a butcher's hook. Look, everybody's been done. Go to the 27th. Washington and Hagerstown. Hagerstown falls a run towards the end of the season. End of July. Hagerstown still under 500. And Jamie, these two teams are not performing the way they can do. Beantown, T-ville. Can Beantown keep the pressure on Philly? They're half a game back. They don't. As Randy Johnson shuts them down. T-ville with the victory. Hadley Lake and the D-Gens. I promise next time I'll do Hadley Lake. D-Gens 11, Hadley Lake 2. Cy Young is still in the league, is he? San Francisco, St. Louis. Can San Francisco continue to play spoiler? They're only 12 and a half back. Now, we've seen teams come back from more than that. But St. Louis just hangs on there. Tessero 9-2. He gets the win. Manchester, I think, are out of it, although they're only 4 games out. That damage was done. Lancaster, this is going to decide it. And Manchester loses as Deacon Philippe. Hold on. Am I reading that wrong? Oh, Deacon Philippe wins. Wow. I thought it was 6-5 the other way around. Lancaster takes the loss. Manchester suddenly back to 3 back. I still don't think we can catch them. Florence and there's Lehigh. Lehigh again. What is going on? Florence beats Lehigh. What is going on, Steve? Chicago, Edmonton. Let's see if Edmonton can pay back the favor. And wow, it's getting close. Look at this. Chicago 1 game back of Edmonton. It's getting tight. All of a sudden, Manchester finding some form. It's tight. Philadelphia Chicos. Here we go, folks. The Chicos come up with the bail bonds. 11-3. Tommy Terrific beats Mike Moore, I think that is. Davis with the 15th home run. That's George freaking Davis. Crystal Lake against Amazing. Crystal Lake maintains some great form as they beat Amazing 11-5. Cleveland Vegas. Here we go, Bernie. Todd beats Bernie as Cleveland beats Vegas 5-4. And yet another, this is the second part of a doubleheader. Horland won the early one. Can Chicago beat Edmonton? Can Jeff hang on? Can David complete the spanking? He does! 16-3. Rube Waddell takes down Hudson. And look at that, folks. Chicago and Edmonton all straightened up. Wow. 28. It's getting tight. It's what we call squeaky bum time in England. Washington, Hagerstown, or Scotland, or let's say the United Kingdom. The Dominican Dandy going here. Let's see if he gets a win. He doesn't. How would the win as Hagerstown? No joke in your town. Wins 9-2. Same again with Beantown. No joke in your town as T-ville takes them on. And Beantown win. Lefty Gomez. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Beantown, Philadelphia D-Gens spread evenly like a churn of butter. Look at that. With Chico's right there too. This is getting tight. It's just how we like it. Here's San Francisco, St. Louis. Here's the spoiler. Watch out. Can San Fran, St. Louis hold off San Fran? And San Fran have Tris Speaker and the boys. And Tris Speaker and the boys put it off. 13-2. I told you. Lefty Grove, 13-8, beats Smith. Smith suddenly beginning to falter. Oh my God, here we go. I can't take the excitement. Manchester, who I still think are out of it, against Lancaster. J.R. Richard going on the mound. They lose as Whitey Ford takes them out 5-4. Florence Lehigh. Let's see if Florence can do it again. They don't. Red Faber is an ace. He takes them down 18-9. Drysdale goes to 4-12. Don Drysdale, possibly the most overrated player we've ever had in this league. D-Gens against Hadley Lake, 11-8. The D-Gens reassert their dominance. This time it's behind Sandy Koufax. Welcome, Sandy. Oh, Sandy. Eddie Plank gets the loss. Kirby Puckett, 4-5. Philadelphia against Chico's. Big man Tings. This is going to be between Philadelphia and Chico. These are the big boys. Here we go. Chico's Walter Johnson, the big train, takes down KR. It's a 13-10 record now for the big train. Here we go again, like a boxing chronicles here. Chicago, Edmonton. Who beats who? Chicago coming into Edmonton one more time. And they win behind a relieving Dennis Flamp. Takes down Bob Feller. And Edmonton have just gone very weak need to Chicago. Here we go. Just looking back at this one, see what happened here. Larry Anderson, damn you. Okay, Washington and Hagerstown. Hagerstown 8-1. Hagerstown trying to get back to 500. They're not, 12 and a half games is not out of it. So who knows what Dwayne's team will do. Beantown T-ville. Here we go. Beantown, no joke in your town, against T-ville. They win 5-4. Dizzy Trout. They've got the pitching. So 5-4. San Francisco. San Francisco. Against St. Louis. Here we go, folks. Can St. Louis hold them off? San Francisco, not out of it. This is the move. This is when they make their break. This is their moment. This is when they lose. To St. Louis, every time San Francisco looks like they're going to make a run. There's still 2 more months left in this league. They can do it. St. Louis, though, holds on and keeps their lead, more importantly. Lancaster, Manchester, 4 games in it. I think both teams have now played roughly the same amount of games. No, Manchester looks like they've got 5 games still to play more. Here's the cursed Bruce Hurst. We've lost this one. Well, we win. Bruce Hurst wins 5-6. Bruce Hurst, we thought he could play center field. It's 5-6. Orse with the losses. Manchester showing they've got the stones to come back from that disaster. Donlin goes 3 for 5 as he battles it out with Lou Brock. Donlin's been a bit off form lately. Florence Lehigh. Let's see what Lehigh can do with Florence, or what, more importantly, Florence can do with Lehigh. Lehigh loses yet again. Wow, Aaron, what are you doing to him? You are battering him. But it's still got a 9-game lead. This is crazy. Shows you how strong the Sandlot is. Now then, I'm wondering, why would you change the league? This is great to have this level of competition. Why mix it up? Let these guys get better. Anyway, I've said enough. You know what I'm like. I'm controversial. Crystal Lake versus Amazing. Oh, look at that. Crystal Lake lose to Amazing. Hamels with the win. Cleveland, Vegas. Here we go. Nearly finished, folks. Nearly finished. 8-1. Vegas. Crystal Lake, Amazing. Okay. And Crystal Lake, again. Crystal Lake have been on a hell of a run lately. I don't think I've missed anything there. Here we go. The 29th. Coming towards the end of the season. Oh, no. So now I face San Francisco. DJ's Hadley Lake. Hadley Lake, 7-3. Chico's Philly. 1-0 Chicos. They win. So this is all tied up. Chicos are coming from nowhere again. Here we go. San Francisco, Manchester. Manchester loses. Bunning with the win. Lancaster, Amazing. They should win that one. And Lancaster 7-2 winners to extend their 4-game lead. Crystal Lake, who's been really hot, against St. Louis. St. Louis crushes them 10-1. Hagerstown, Edmonton. Edmonton licking their wounds after their shellacking from Chicago. 7-5, gone back to winning form behind Don Sutton. Valenzuela with the loss. Florence trying to have their way with Lehigh. This time Lehigh establishes Mount Howland Air 1-2. I like Howland Air, Steve. Please give me a call. Chicago, Washington. Oh, Washington upsets Chicago behind ex-Chicago pitcher Ed Seacott. Wow, 2 more days to go, folks. Unless I've missed one, I don't think so. Wrapping it up. Get your manager files ready, because I know that August is a straight 7. There's no broadcasting in August. T-ville Lehigh, 7-2. Philadelphia D-Gens, 12-4. Billy Pierce gets his 4th win, by the way, for T-ville. Philadelphia wins behind Holiday. Chico's Cleveland. Chico's looking to step back right in that race. They do. Behind Chief Bender, 15-5. San Francisco, Manchester. Manchester loses to San Francisco 8-9 to drop 4.5 back. Lancaster, Amazing. Amazing lose to Lancaster behind De Leon. Lancaster gets the win. Crystal Lake, St. Louis. Crystal Lake beats St. Louis 4-3. Fred Smith on a losing streak. Nolan Ryan goes 9-10. Hagerstown and Edmonton. Hagerstown recovering 7-4. Look at this blanket here. Edmonton win again. Here we go. 9-7. They're battling for that wild card, possibly for the win. Florence and Beantown. Oh, Florence again, playing spoiler. Beats Beantown on the road. Florence have had a good month. Chicago and Washington. And Chicago wins Linscomb 7-7, Grommack 1-1. Hadley Lake and Vegas. Hadley Lake 2, Vegas 1. So you go to the last day of the month. And this is it now, folks, just to wrap it up. Wrapping up the month of July 1946, or July season 7. Please get me out of San Francisco. I never want to see San Francisco again. Oh, are we going to stay in touch? I doubt it. After the disastrous month we've had. Philadelphia and D-Gens, this is a big game. 7-2. Sale with the win, Chandler with the loss. As Philly takes the lead again. This is backwards and forwards. Back and forth. Back and forth. Here we go. San Francisco, Manchester. Manchester loses again. We cannot beat San Francisco. Knowles with the win. I think that's the end of San Francisco. We never want to see them again. T-Ville, Lehigh. T-Ville wins and Lehigh lose again. How is this team still in the lead? Lancaster amazing. Lancaster has a 6-game lead now over Manchester. I think the damage has been done for Manchester. We can't bring it back. Cleveland, Chicos. Chicos lose to Cleveland. Here's another big game. Crystal Lake, St. Louis. Crystal Lake 4-3. So we will do a lot of games in September. I'm sure we will. Because everything's so critical now. Hagerstown, Edmonton. Edmonton 8-2 victory. So Edmonton still keeping in touch near St. Louis, and with David hanging over his shoulder, draped over his shoulder. Florence, Beantown. Florence has been the entertainers of this month, but Beantown just hang on behind Al Newhouser. Beats Florence. Chicago, like I said, draped over Edmonton's shoulder, fighting for the wild card. Chicago wins behind their ace. Brett Saberhagen beats Mort Cooper 0-3. Had it like Vegas, Vegas way out of it. Unless, see, is he out of it really? 13 games back, possibly. Vegas wins 4-3. Whitson with the win, Kennedy with the loss, and finally, to wrap it all up, my nemesis Lancaster against Amazing, and Lancaster wins 8-0. So Manchester really had a bad month there. St. Louis, Chicago, wow. Edmonton continues to be a blanket finish. Here comes San Fran, though. Don't rule them out. 11.5 back. They've had a good month. Beantown, Philly, D-Gens, Chicos. My goodness. It is tight. It's tighter than a monkey's ass. And here's Moneyball Division. Lehigh somehow sputtering along. Let's have a look at Lehigh's box scores. Just completely inconsistent. Not like the champions we know. They are the defending champions, if I'm correct. And they are sputtering along. So, at the end of the month, Vegas' Lou Brock leads the league from Mike Dunnan and Don Mattingly. I would have liked to have broadcast more, but I've done a lot in the last 2 days, and my voice is definitely gone. It's going to be fun, though, going forward. So, without further ado, I just want to thank everyone that came in today. I know there's a lot of you on here at different times, but to say that we take a breakdown. We do trading tomorrow deadline. I think there's a deadline tomorrow. Check the Discord. And then we run August in one sim. Just one go. Bang. No broadcasting. And then we start September. And that's where we do a lot more broadcasting. Because it's so tight. So, get your manager files ready, folks, after this is done. It was going to be a quick turnaround as usual. And I hope to see you in the Discord. So, from MB in the United Kingdom, thank you. Leave a like for the algorithm, I'm told, so that we can get some more FOD people in the future. So, take care. It's been a pleasure, as always. It's good night for me. Thank you, Clue, Dave, Jeff, Midlife, anyone else that was around, Mark, and anyone else that was around. There are 9 people in here at the moment, so thank you if you've come in. And, yeah, see you soon. Look forward to another couple of broadcasts, which will probably be September now, for the Field of Dreams Season 7. Who's going to win? There's no clear favorite.